up to, mate?
Filming the station.
Alright.
A shot I couldn't get before. Right in. Oh, right into the offices. Oh, close the door. Why do that? There's loads of piggies in there today. I see this station every time I visit Cleethorpes. Right. Wow. Every time I visit Cleethorpes, and it's never as full or as busy as this. So I wonder what's going on. I'm currently stood inside the car wash to record this. Breach of the security, which was like so easy to get to. But let's have a look around the station. There you go, normal station. Not too much to majorly see, except from vehicles. That's about it. That's about it. No real action at this station. We're all just PCSOs. Mainly PCSOs, neighbourhood team. That's all it is at this station. You alright?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm alright.
I just wonder what you're up to, mate.
Filming the station.
Alright. Any particular reason?
Huh?
Any particular reason?
Not particularly.
Okay.
But, do you know a Paul Camage?
Paul
Camage from Homicide Police.
No, mate, unfortunately, no.
Have you ever worked in other areas of Homicide Police?
I've worked all round here. I've worked in Cleethorpes and round here. I've done for the last 13 years, but I've not worked.
You've not heard of that name?
No, anyway.
So he was from Bridlington, but he worked in other stations, and I couldn't quite work out which stations he worked at previously.
If you go on the website, it should tell you where he's based.
It doesn't, because he's been arrested and charged with child pornography and such. So yeah. Yeah, that's what I was talking about just recently. I went up to Bridlington, which was the main station he was based out of, but he worked at other stations as well, and I was trying to find out which one's in the Homicide Police area.
Mate, sometimes you get wrong-uns in all organisations, don't you, unfortunately?
Yeah, you do. It's just more and more becoming the police just lately, isn't it?
I don't know. I won't say it's more and more. Whether they're getting caught, I don't know. Whether the investigations are better, I don't know. But obviously, if he's been caught and charged, that's positive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's another wrong off the street. I mean, have you ever seen Bridlington Police Station yourself?
No, I've not been to Brid, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, where it is, it's similar to this one, but what it is literally where the station is, it literally backs on to houses. So, like, your car park is here.
Yeah.
Literally, after that fenced car park there, it's literally houses with kids roaming up and down the street. That's quite quiet, because it's not a busy road until you get right to the top. So literally at the bottom of the street there's kids roaming about, and it was done with having images, with I believe indicting a child into sexual activity and such like that.
That's not good, is it?
Yeah, so
to be fair, people migrate towards organisations where they have contact donor if they're that way inclined. So teachers, sometimes you get like caretakers, don't you? You wear all sorts.
Yeah.
Professions and stuff, and unfortunately we've got how many thousands of people in our organisation, so I guess at some point you're going to get a percentage where people are criminals, aren't you?
Do you believe there should be more like vetting into people's things?
For me, mate, the vetting was pretty severe. Like they went to
you think?
Yeah, they went to see your family. They went to see your. I mean, it's not for me to say whether our vetting's right and all that, but I know personally from filling it in, they wanted to know what my family was doing, who was I connected to, money situation, so like it was real lengthy. The background. I don't know what to do their side. That's for their department to do.
Well, have you heard about what's happening soon? It's starting in Metropolitan Police, so it'll take a while before it reaches up here. But because they've got to cover all the Met boroughs and such like that. But they are re-vetting all of the police force because there's too many been getting arrested. That's the police saying that themselves. Right. They head the top of the top of the top saying that themselves.
Saying, mate, there's obviously something going on in there which can't be a bad thing. We need people working for us that are decent and right, don't we?
Yeah.
It's got to mean something, otherwise what's the point?
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we point out. We go around talking about it more, so it's more well known.
Anyone that I've worked with, if you get any kind of hint that someone's not right, we're not having it, mate. We don't, because who wants to work with people like that? Well, I don't know where you work for a living, if you do, or whatever you do. But if it was the same situation, you won't want to be associated with people like that.
No, I'm lucky. I work for myself. You see, so
yeah, but you wouldn't want your name to kind of mean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And for us, everyone's like, people will say, oh yeah, it's all police and it's this, but actually, for me, that means something. It means something, like it is, doesn't it? When people get locked up and stuff like that, I'm thinking, I don't want my name associated with that. I don't want to work with someone like that.
So if you was put in that position then, and you found out something about somebody, even if it was just like a minuscule hair,
anything.
You'd report that on.
Of course.
Thank you very much, because I'll be honest with you, not a lot of people would.
Who wants to have that you're working with? You just don't, do you?
Be honest with you, a lot of people in the police, PCSOs, police officers would not report a fellow officer in any way, shape or form, because then who would want to work with that officer?
Our guys are getting a bit more like thorough with stuff, because I've only just done a survey recently about how I felt, and it was all about discrimination, if anyone's ever been discriminated against. And to be honest, like, do you know what I mean? Things get better over time when people raise things and thinking, actually, no, that's not right, that's not acceptable. Over time, and hopefully you get better, don't you?
Yeah, that's it.
Someone takes it on, but yeah, I won't have any of it. Like, I'm sure my colleagues are the same. I'd expect the same. If I did something wrong, I'd have them saying, you're having that money. Do you know what I mean?
And that's exactly what we do. There's an I say organisation. There's several hundred people out there that will happily pull up a camera and record the police just doing their duty, but to make sure all officers are doing their job properly.
The reason I ask is because we get all sorts of people for all sorts of reasons. So for me, as long as it's not a security reason, there's no issue whatsoever.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to get in or anything like that. Yeah, that's fine.
For me, it's like, it's literally conversation. Like, what are you up to, mate? Oh, filming station. All right.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And like I say, we've had a conversation, and
exactly.
gave me some information. I've given you some.
Conversation, shouldn't we?
Yeah. That's the way it should be.
Should be.
I mean, I've been to police stations before now. I've literally been detained straight away for filming. You get out of here now, otherwise I'm arresting you.
Yeah, and unfortunately sometimes people have got to be hot on what they're doing, and they get the wrong end of the stick. Like, look at terrorism offences, look at all this. And
he didn't mention terrorism offence, but it was,
unless it's like reconnaissance and things like that, which I've got nothing to suggest that's what you're doing it for, then... No,
that's it. Yeah.
If you're out here every day watching cars coming in and out, I might think actually there's a bit more to it in there.
See, that's the point. I can be at a station for 5 minutes, and then straight away get an aggressive officer come out to me and be like, using the hostile reconnaissance, this, that, and the other. I'm like, right, okay, so is it staff changeover? I'll ask the question: is it staff changeover? Are you changing staff members right now? Is there something going on right now that is putting that in your mind?
Yeah.
No. Oh, so you believe I'm a terrorist? Your personal opinion about me is I'm a terrorist? And they turn around and go, no. So then where are you bringing the terrorism act?
Sometimes people like a row, don't they?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm trying to explain to them that I know what I'd need to be there for hostile reconnaissance.
Unfortunately for some of the bobbies from probably the main digs, because they're job, and they have some heavy days. I mean heavy days. I'm community, so I get a bit of the nicer stuff and all that. But they have some bad days, and sometimes, unfortunately, they forget to have a conversation with people. And it's just normal conversations, isn't it? And it shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately, sometimes people, you had a tough day, and you maybe get things wrong, and you do talk to people like you shouldn't do. Sometimes.
I've seen a lot of officers go through that and then just ignore us.
Yeah.
Which, do you know what? I can agree with that. I'd rather you ignore us than.
They've got, like, going to emergencies. Fair enough. They're going to crack.
No. Even when they've just had a rough day, and you can see them. They're not wanting to even walk back into the station to clock out. They just want to walk home. They just want to jump in the car and go home. They don't want to clock out. They don't want to walk in that office. They don't want to fill out the paperwork, whatever.
I guess we all get days like that.
They're the people that ignore us. But then you'll always get a few from that same group that'll come and try and have a go at us. I'm like, just if you're not happy, leave us alone.
Your Rampage, is that your company then?
Yeah, that's me. That is. Yeah. That's my name.
Brian, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
You've seen the videos then?
I have, but I've never seen you before, to be fair. But
yeah.
I'm first anyway. I work in here.
Oh, nice to meet you, Chris. I would shake your hand, but there's a gate.
Open the gate, mate.
Let's open the gate. Let's have a shake of the hand then.
Why not?
The first time in a long while I've shook a Bobby's hand.
Pleased to meet you, mate.
Cheers.
All right.
And you.
Hopefully I've answered some of your questions and we've had a bit of a chat.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, mate.
All right. Well,
See you in a bit.
I'm not happy to hear about that guy, though. Obviously.
No. Paul. His name was Paul Camage, 41 years of age, working in the police force for a long time, mainly stationed at Bridlington. And he got charged with 3 different offences. I believe 1 was making indecent images of a child, 2 inciting a child to intersex, and then a 3rd one I can't quite remember. I believe them to be the facts, but if you type in his name on Google,
has he been to court yet?
Yes, he's recently been sent down. He's recently been sentenced for those 3 offences.
Right place, then, isn't he?
Yeah.
To be honest, mate.